Heartily welcome you all to Gurudeva online classes. Dear students, in the previous class we had discussed about our first chapter in the sociology, so that is Introduction to Sociology. So in that chapter we all discussed about what is the meaning of sociology, origin and nature of the sociology, and scope of the sociology, and importance of the sociology, and interrelationship between sociology and other social sciences, and early Western sociologists, and also the prominent Indian sociologists. Right? In today we are going to deal with another branch of the social science, so that is geography. Geography, this word comes from the two different words geo and graphia. Geo means earth, graphia means to study. Geography means to study about the earth, so that is we call it the geography. Or also geography means to study about the universe, so that is we call it the geography. Or also we call it the geography means to study about the physical features of the earth, like lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, like that concept we are going to study in the geography. So that is also we call it the geography. The Eratosthenes, he is the man, he used the first time the word of the geography. So that's why Eratosthenes, he recognized as the father of the geography. In the geography, our first chapter is the Earth, our living planet. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the names of the Earth. So names of the Earth means the Earth is called by the different names. So that one we are going to learn, and the size of the Earth, and distribution of water on it, and latitudes and longitudes, time, local time, standard time, and international dateline, and also the oceans and continents on the world map. These are the objectives we are going to learn through this chapter. Right? So let's start our first chapter in the geography. So that is the Earth, our living planet. Right? Dear students, you know already, in the solar system or in the sun's family, there are 8 planets are there. They are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Like that 8 planets are there in the sun's family or in the solar system. Our Earth, it is the third planet in the sun's family or in the solar system. You know already, the Earth we call as the living planet because we are all living on the Earth. Because so on the Earth is the home for all forms of life like the plants and animals. Because we have like these features on the Earth, so that's why Earth we call as the living planet. You know already, the Earth it has suitable distance from the Sun. Right? We have suitable distance. You know already. So Earth is the third planet in the Sun's family or in the solar system. First Mercury is there, after that Venus is there. Right? So we have suitable distance from the Sun. And also we have range of temperature. Range of temperature is also one of the important feature. We are all living on the Earth because you know already our body it tolerates only 40 to 45 degree temperature. Right? More than 50 degree temperature or 60 degree temperature our body is not tolerate. Right? So that's why we have range of temperature on the Earth because we are not living on the Mercury and also Venus. The Venus and also Mercury it receives heavy hot temperature. And we cannot live on the Uranus and Neptune because Uranus and Neptune it receives cool temperature. So that's why the Earth it has range of temperature. And also on the Earth we have the life supporting gases. Life supporting gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. You know already we all need oxygen while doing the respiration process. Without oxygen we cannot imagine our life. We have oxygen on the Earth. And also the plants need carbon dioxide while doing the photosynthesis process. Without photosynthesis process we cannot get any food on the Earth. So that's why on the Earth we have the life supporting gases. And also on the Earth we have the atmosphere. The atmosphere means you know already the air is surrounded on the Earth. So that is we call it as the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, dust particles and inert gases like the argon, neon, krypton, xenon, these are all present on the atmosphere. And also on the earth we have the water cycle. Because of the evaporation and because of the precipitation process, we have water cycle on the earth. These are all the features we have on the earth. So that's why our earth we called as the living planet. So that's why, because of these features are present on the earth, so that's why we are all living on the earth. Right? And also the earth is called by the different names, like the living planet, unique planet, watery planet and also blue planet. You know already on the earth we have like these features, so that's why it is suitable for living, so that's why it is called as the living planet. And also earth we call it as the unique planet because compared to other planets, the earth it has different features. The earth it has the unique features. Because of these unique features, the earth is called as the unique planet. And earth we call as the watery planet. Watery planet means you know already, on the earth the 70% water is covered on the earth, 30% land bodies are present on the earth. So that's why the earth we call as the watery planet. And also earth we call as the blue planet. Blue planet means you know already, on the earth the 70% of water is covered on the earth. So it's look like a blue color. It look like blue color, so that's why the earth we called as the blue planet, living planet, unique planet and watery planet. Like that, the earth is called by the different names. Right? Next concept is that the size of the earth. The earth is the 5th largest planet in the solar system or in the sun's family. Right? Jupiter, it is the largest or biggest planet in the solar system, and Mercury, it is the smallest planet in the solar system. Our earth, it is the 5th largest planet in the solar system or sun's family. Right? The earth diameter, approximately the earth diameter, it is 4 times greater than moon. The earth diameter approximately 4 times greater than moon and 107 times less than sun. Right? So 4 times greater than moon and 107 times less than sun. And also the earth total geographical area is the 510 million square kilometer. Right? The earth total geographical area is the 510 million square kilometer. 1 million is equals to 10 lakhs. 1 million is equals to 10 lakhs. The earth total geographical area is the 510 million square kilometer. In the earth, 361 million square kilometer. 361 million square kilometer, which means 70.78%. 70.78%. It is covered by the water body on the earth. And 149 million square kilometer, which means 29.22%. It is covered by the land on the earth. So that's why we can see the unequal distribution of the water body and also land body on the earth. So that's why the ratio between land and water body is that is the 1:2.43. The distribution of the land and water, it is unequal. So that's why the ratio of the land and water body is 1:2.43. That this is the information about the size of the earth. You know already, the earth is a living planet. The earth is called by the different names: living planet, watery planet, blue planet, and also we call it as the living planet. Right? The earth shape we call it as the geoid. Right? It is described as the geoid, and also it is called as the earth shape, or also we call it as the oblate spheroid. So earth we called as the geoid, oblate spheroid, or also earth shaped. Right? Why? Because means the earth is flattened at the poles and it is bulges at the equator. So that's why earth we called as the geoid shape, or also oblate spheroid. Why? Because means you know already this is the north pole and this is the south pole, right? The earth is flattened at the north and also south pole, and it is bulges at the equator. So that's why earth shape we call as the geoid or also oblate spheroid. Means you know already. So this is we call as the equator. Like this is we call as the equator, and this is we call as the polar sides. Right? The earth, the equatorial diameter, this is we call as the diameter. So the earth's equatorial diameter is that is the 12,756 kilometer. And earth's polar diameter, the earth's polar diameter is that is the 12,714 kilometer. So difference of the equatorial diameter to polar diameter is that is the 42 kilometers. Right? So from equatorial diameter to polar diameter, 42 kilometer differences is there. So that's why earth shape we call it the geoid. And also the equatorial circumference of the earth is that is the 40,076 kilometer. The earth's equatorial circumference, right? You know already. So this line we called as the equator, right? So the earth's equatorial circumference is that is the 40,076 kilometer, and the earth's polar circumference, right? This is the north pole and this is the south pole. The earth's polar circumference is that is the 40,008 kilometer. The difference between the equatorial circumference to polar circumference, that is the 68 kilometer. So it also says the earth it is in the geoid shape, or also earth it is in the oblate spheroid shape. Right? So earth it is the flattened at the pole side and it is bulges at the equator side. So that's why the earth shape we call as the geoid or also oblate spheroid. And also the land bodies of the earth are called as the or are known as the continents. Not only the land bodies are present on the earth, so that is we call as the continent. Right? So you know already on the earth there are 7 continents are there. They are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia and Antarctica. These are the 7 continents are present on the earth. The continents means they are the land masses, the large land masses, that is we call as the continents, or also the land bodies of the earth we call as the continents. There are 7 continents are present on the earth. In that, the Asia it is the largest continent and Australia is the smallest continent. Asia is the largest continent and Australia is the smallest continent. And the large water bodies on the earth we call as the oceans, right? Water bodies on the earth, so that is we call as the oceans. On the earth, the majorly 4 oceans are present. They are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and Arctic Ocean. Like that, the 4 major oceans are present on the earth. Right? So in that Pacific Ocean, it is the largest and also deepest ocean on the earth, and also Arctic Ocean, it is the smallest and also shallowest ocean on the earth. So like that, the majorly the 4 oceans are present on the earth. And also we can see unequal distribution of the land and water bodies on the earth. So on the earth we divided the mainly 4 parts. They are the, so this one we call as the, this one you know already, this is the equator. The equator divides the earth into 2 parts. This is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. And also this part we call as the eastern hemisphere and this part we call as the western hemisphere. So like that, the 4 parts we can see on the earth. So northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So on the earth we can see unequal distribution of the water and also land bodies. So in the northern hemisphere, the 60% of the land areas or land bodies are present on the northern hemisphere. So in the northern hemisphere, the land bodies are present in the northern hemisphere. The 60% of land bodies are present in the northern hemisphere, and 40% of water present on the northern hemisphere. So that's why northern hemisphere or northern hemisphere we call as the land hemisphere. The 60% land areas, 40% water areas are present. So that's why this hemisphere we call as the land hemisphere. And also southern hemisphere we call as the water hemisphere. Why? Because means in the southern hemisphere the 81% of water present and 19% of land areas are present in the southern hemisphere. So that's why southern hemisphere we call as the water hemisphere. Right? So 81% of water present in the southern hemisphere and 19% of land areas are present in the southern hemisphere. You know already Australia continent and also some part of the Africa and also South America. These land areas only comes in the southern hemisphere. So the remaining, the water body is surrounded in the southern hemisphere. So that's why southern hemisphere we call as the water hemisphere. So like that, so we can see the land hemisphere and also water hemisphere on the earth. Right? You know already the earth shape we call as the geoid, because the earth is flattened at the pole side and it is bulges at the equator. So that's why earth we call as the geoid shape. That land areas are present on the earth we call as the continents, and water bodies are present on the earth we call as the oceans. Right? So unequal water and also land bodies we can see. So southern hemisphere we call as the water hemisphere and northern hemisphere we call as the land hemisphere. Right? So dear students, in this class we have discussed about what are the different names of the earth and also size of the earth and land and water distributions of the earth. I hope you all understood today's chapter. Right? So thank you one and all.